Mark Sims with Sims Paving called and said that he had just purchased a truck and the front end was busted on it. And he didn't want the DOT to get him and wanted to know if I knew anybody work on it. And nobody has any openings right now. Everybody's booked up. So we're gonna have to stay an extra day or two so I can get the fiberglass work done. So she can show you a video of it while I'm taking it apart.
So it looks like it is off of a Sterling. And it's got some damage down here. He knew who to call because he knew who could fix it. That's why I called too.
That it?
That's it. Got old Big Bird in the background. We haven't driven it since the incident that y'all haven't seen yet, but nothing wrong with the truck, just the winch cable broke. Try to fix that.
Well, what took place, the truck's been sitting for years, y'all seen in the Will It Run videos, and I had chained the sling up and the cable, you see right here, it has rope in the middle of it. It's a nylon centered cable. But anyhow, it had been pulled over that and hooked to this. That's the way I used to store it, with the sling up. That way it was out of the way. And from that point to there, it had got a weak link in it, I guess, from where it had been tensioned over that pulley for all those years. So when it got back to that point again, and this time it was under extreme pressure, it gave up. And when it gave up, I was in the wrong position at the wrong time. So it kind of did damage.
Bodily harm.
Yeah.
To you.
Like a lethal weapon number 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10.
Thank goodness he survived.
Yeah, her and Mark thought I was dead. I didn't know where I was at. He knocked me slap cuckoo. But anyhow.
Good thing you were cuckoo before.
Yeah.
Can't really tell much of a difference on that
Things
part.
aren't recognizable. But anyhow, we're going to get this dismantled and ground down, and we'll bring you back as I'm laying glass to show you how that works.
I'll show you the inside once he gets his hand out of the way.
But I always like to try and fix the inner structure first. That way I can get everything lined back up, and then the outside is just cosmetic. You just shape it to whatever the body of the truck is. But all this in here has to be put in a certain place because it is meaningful. And that's just a big hole that's on the outside, so it's just going to be sculpted to be whatever. But I'll show you how to sculpt glass. I'll show you how to make glass sculpt. How about that?
In case you were wondering.
Yeah, in case you wondered. If you weren't, we'll find that anyhow.
You got Grumpy over here. You want to be on camera? No? Grumpy said no.
Come on now. Okay. Well, we're just going to let that be. But I got to grind all this to a minimal clearance, which means it don't matter because it have big holes in it, but I got to grind it to where I can pull everything back into where it's supposed to be and lay glass around it. So
didn't you buy a new grinder and stuff from Harbor Freight?
yeah, I wound up having to buy about $400 worth of stuff to do a $300 job. That's what happens when you're 7 hours away from home. Oh well, I'll get my money back. Probably not. But let's get busy slinging glass. This stuff here itches everybody else. It don't pretty much bother me. Now that I say that, I'll probably tore up the rest of the night. But I got to get this cut in so we can get done and go throw her a party.
We're gonna party tomorrow.
So stay tuned. Let's get busy. All right, well, she went to the house, so I'm gonna walk y'all through this. I've got the outside ground down, all the inner structure is showing right there. All this is loose. Like I said, you want to make sure you grind through all your gel coat to make sure all the hairs are exposed. That way you'll have something to bond to. And to do this job, you need a grinder, which we got that one from Harbor Freight. They're not sponsored, but it seems to work pretty good. I will admit that, except the exhaust out the bottom right there, so it blows all the dust right back in your face. So I may see if I can clock that around. But anyhow, you will need lacquer thinner. That's just to clean your brush, and I'll show you what you do with the brush here in a little while. I like to use marine gel coat, marine fiberglass resin. But this is just from AutoZone, so it's just regular Bondo resin. You'll need a roll of duct tape, an extra tube of Bondo hardener, your Bondo paddles, a quart of the short hair Bondo, I call it Dynaglass, but it's fiberglass with Bondo in it, and just a regular thing of Bondo. And then this is matte. And the difference between matte and cloth is tightly woven. Matte's, you get a thicker build when you build it. You'll need paintbrushes to apply your resin to your mat. You'll need mixing cups to mix your materials up in, and you'll need a paint stirring stick to mix with. And then you'll need cardboard for Bondo spreaders to mix your Bondo up on. And you need a couple extra pieces of stirring sticks to reinforce with your straight edge. So what you do is you take your stirring sticks and you wrap the duct tape around them. That way the fiberglass resin won't stick to the wood itself, because you don't want to leave them inside the structure. Well, you can, but you don't want to leave them inside the structure and make any rigid areas, because it's got to flex. Because believe it or not, fiberglass does flex. And if it don't flex, it busts all the pieces. So here's the camera lady back, so I'll give her the camera while I'm wrapping the wood with the duct tape. And on all your areas where you've done your prep work, you backlay it with duct tape. That way it gives you extra protection. Does not have to use as much material, so it don't go all the way through the wound, or the repair, or however you want to say it, or the repaired wound.
Are you itching yet?
Mm-mm.
I was itching. I didn't even touch it.
It still don't bother me that bad.
Just wait till later. Once you get a shower tonight, you're gonna be like, this stuff is stuck in my fingers everywhere.
If you want to get this out of your
face,
throat, drink milk.
So I guess you're gonna be stopping getting the strawberry milk on the way.
Oh yeah. I never have been one for much of wearing safety apparel. It just didn't fit in my style. It clashed with my Wrangler britches. It didn't match my walker well. That's when I squint a lot because I'm used to always squinting, not wearing safety glasses. So.
I thought it's because you couldn't see.
Well, that too.
From not wearing safety glasses.
I'm not wearing helmets when I weld.
That too. Change the subject.
Back to the program. All of this is broke inward. It's swung in from where this got collapsed. And on all your, which these all ground out. But like right there, I'm gonna get a drill bit and drill a hole at the end of that split. And at the end of that split. And what that does, this stops it from splitting at a later date. So I got to get this pulled in somehow. How am I gonna do that? Get a piece of wood maybe. Make sure everything's copacetic. Nope. It is no prosthetic. Find somewhere to brace that bucket up. I gotta find somewhere to brace that there. But your repairs, you don't want to bond. All the front ends are made to be taken apart. Like right here where you see this green stuff, that's panel bond. Which really all it is that short hair Dynaglass over there, Bondo glass. So, or equivalent, it's not that before somebody blows the channel up. But it's equivalent to it. So what I always like to do is get everything lined up. Then I'll take that Dynaglass and I'll put a small skim of it down. And then I'll put my fiberglass repair over the top of it. That way at a later date, if somebody needs to cut it apart, they've still got, because you can take a butane torch and heat that up and it'll turn it loose. Same thing with that. Take a butane torch and heat it up and it'll turn it loose. So, see if we can make this stuff work for me. But behind each lap, you want to make sure you leave enough room where you can put that Dynaglass in between. But all of the, once you get everything prepped, you got to make sure all of your lines are straight, because if not, once you put your hair in place, it's there. There's no correction after that point. There's a guy that lives down the road down here, Bill Pilos. He used to always help me with all my molds. So I'm surprised he ain't done caught the wind. We was up here and stopped. It's pretty straight, don't it? Alright. What we're going to do is take our duct tape, because I'm going to do the back side of this first, the inner structure, because all this out here, like I said before, is cosmetic. All it does is just holds the body shape of the truck. So this pillar here is what you want to make sure is back sound with the hood. So I could care less about how many coats of fiberglass is put on the outside as far as structure wise. I mean, I'm gonna put mat on it, and then I'm gonna put Dynaglass, and I'll finish off with Bondo. But on this here, you want more mat than you do anything, because you want to be able to tie it together. And I thought had cloth here, but I don't, and they didn't have cloth at AutoZone, so we got some sheetrock tape, this cloth, this fiber, so we're going to use it. But you just take the duct tape and just back mask all the cracks. It can be shy, it don't matter about that, just as long as it ain't too long, because if it's long, you'll be grinding it all back out. But in all your low places where you can get duct tape, that's where you want to put it. And just kind of follow the contour of the body lines. And then like right here, that's where I'm going to have one of them stirring sticks wrapped in tape. Reinforce this. I'm gonna have to take this grill screen out before it smacks me in the mouth.
It's already broke.
Yeah.
It's folded on over.
I'll just prop it up here out of the way. So, there we go. All right, right here, she can show you from the back on that side over there. This big hole right here. I'm gonna fix to put this piece of wood. And this was a cheap duct tape, so it ain't gonna stick worth crap. Normally repair one of these hoods costs about $1,500, $2,000 depending on who does it and what materials they use and if they do it right. And he said nobody could work this in, so here we are. This piece here, I'm gonna go ahead and attach up, but I cannot bond up fiberglass it yet because, well, I guess I can. I ain't going fiberglass. So I'm gonna push it up. And I'll tape it to the surface. That way it won't turn loose. Because I got to put that Dynaglass up under that, brother. And since this is going to be the inside portion of the repair, I'm just going to do the inner structure. I'm not worried about the outside part of it yet. Oh.
Watch it now. We're gonna have to fiberglass you back together.
Yeah, no. Put one more piece of tape right there.
Whistle at the neighbor over here. They watch our channel. She just kept going. Didn't even look.
Oh man.
You got to woo out a sound. Out of Sam and Janae. If River was over there, we'd get a holler out of him because he watches the channel. Jenny's grandson. He loved it so much he wanted one of our hats.
Yeah, you can get yours at eBay. At the eBay store. Yep, support the channel. We appreciate it.
And other random car parts.
Yeah. Believe it or not, these videos are expensive to make. Every little bit of help we can get helps. If I gotta do that, I can't see what I'm doing. Is that the upright piece right there?
Where I don't know where your hand is.
I need to attach this. I need this to roll right there.
Now your hand's in the way. I can't see anything.
Okay.
So use your best guess.
And my block fails. That's not good neither. Yeah.
Kit found her a warm spot on top of the Yukon. Yeah, she's guarding the crackers.
Now.
Oop. There's one piece of fiberglass.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be tweezing out tonight. Have to keep switching sides because we'll get in each other's way.
Okay. I think it's pretty much got all that. The way this is designed to be mixed is to pour that much per quart of resin. So each tube will do 2 quarts. But the way I do it is I don't use the mixing cup for nothing but just to mix the stuff up in. I do not measure nothing with it. And I always use a 2-inch brush. Unless you're doing something real narrow, you can use a 1-inch brush. But 2-inch brush is your best friend. But I used to use syringes, which everything I own is in Tennessee, so there's nothing here. But this is the mesh I was talking about that's for sheetrock. And this fiber, this plastic fibers, so it's the same thing as that. Because all this is this makes plastic. That hood's plastic, that's what fiberglass is. But anyhow, what we're going to do is mix up. Oh, and I see so many people on the internet trying to pour chemicals out of gallon cans. If you'll always put your, even on a antifreeze jug, if you'll put the hole to the high side and pour from there, you don't have nowhere near the stress because it gives you near about a 90-degree pour to the earth versus if you've got it turned right here to where you're trying to fight it. Which this ain't liquidy, so it don't much matter, but if you turn it to the high side, it makes it a whole lot easier to work with. But it's cool today, it's not cold, but there is an overcast, that means there's water and there's clouds, and this stuff does not like water. And I got resin on me already, I ain't even got started good yet. Alright, if I remember correctly, from there to there is 130 drops, if I'm not mistaken. So that's about a pint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about right there to where the E is in the hardener. And that's more than what you need, but I wanted to kick quick because, like I said, I'm working against Mother Nature. And you can see it's a greenish color. Whenever the catalyst gets mixed with the resin, it'll start to turn like a brownish gold. So that's the reason you know you got it all thoroughly mixed in. But if you'll take and you're working on a time crunch, if you'll mix this up and let it sit for 60 seconds, then apply it, it'll start kicking as you're using it. But you got to be quick because it's going to kick. It'll get hard before you get it used.
So in a small area, don't do it on a big area.
Yeah, don't do it on a big, or don't do it on some complex area where you got a whole bunch of cuts and stuff you got to deal with. But the reason for using plastic, we used to save Pepsi bottles, the 2-liter bottles, or just any 2-liter bottle. We used to save those, and that's where we mix this up in. Once you get done, you put your mineral spirits in your second one. Your third one, you mix your second run of chemical up on. And then the first one will be hard, and you just break it out and reuse that jug.
Man, now the wind's picking up.
Of course. Mother Nature gonna show her butt. But you start out with the narrow strips, which I just piled them on top of each other. We're gonna start out with these because, like I'm saying, I'm building up a wound, so there's nothing there but duct tape right this minute. So I'm going to put my resin in. And I've seen people stick their fingers in the resin and dip the cloth down in it and all like that. I ain't about to get filthy about it. You can do it without getting messy. But each to their own. However you want to do it. However you feel comfortable, knock yourself out.
It does smell terrible. So you might want to wear a mask as well.
Yeah, don't be like me.
No.
I gotta get my mixing stick back over here so I can drive this right up in the hole right here. And what the paintbrush does is not just for applying resin, but you use it to match the air bubbles out of your mat. You just pat it. I'll show you here in just a minute once I get enough laid in to where I can actually do that process. The wind blowed and I piled everything on top of each other. We've got a mold coming up we're going to do, so we'll show you more on that in Tennessee. We're going to make a car body. We used to make 27 T's. Used to make the dually fenders for the 18-wheelers. Used to do all kinds of stuff. Entertaining and fun. Let me get all this mashed in and we'll bring you back because it's hard to...
Yeah, I can't get to the...
Yeah.
Can't see while you're...
But you just pat air bubbles out of it with your... I'll show you that out here on the outside where you can actually see what I'm doing. So we'll bring you back in a minute. Okay. Let me see if we can get some decent steel set here. Just got all that laid in, so we'll let it dry. Like I said, just let that dry, and all you do is crack and it'll bust right out. You can reuse the cup. Take your brushes and you dip them down in your lacquer thinner. Don't let them soak because they'll come apart. But you can see the fiberglass coming out of them. Acetone will do the same thing, but it's not as effective. Even though the brushes ain't but $1, they still get expensive after a while. That's all there is to it. Looks a little bit like a thing on your rag. Clean your hands up and you're good to go again. That there should kick off in about maybe 15 minutes. Then I got to lay it on its face and work on the underside of it, and then we'll roll it back over and work on the outside of it. But here in a minute, just as soon as that kicks, I'm going to take the short hair Dynaglass and go over all my reinforcements, and I'm going to mix very little hardener with it because you don't want it to kick off right away. But when you mix your hardener with your resin, that'll make the Dynaglass go ahead and set. So it's all about being around the chemicals, knowing how to use them, and knowing how to make them work for you. But all this is about temperature curing time. The hotter you mix it, the faster it cures and the better it bonds to the product. But if you mix it too hot, it crystallizes and don't bond to nothing, it just falls off. So you can see right there where I got my 90-degree reinforcement from my fender. Right here. You can see I left gaps in it, so I can take that Dynaglass and pat it up in there. That there restuck to the fender. But all I gotta do is take the Dynaglass and put a layer of it right there, and then whenever I mat that right there, it'll stick to it and be good as new. None the wiser. Unless y'all tell them. So it's curious, we'll be right back. Like I said, you throw away a bunch of duct tape, so don't go buy expensive stuff. But now that all that's set in, what we're going to do is I got to reinforce this right here, and then I got to put my Dynaglass behind that because that was my gap, and this right here has got to have Dynaglass put on top of it, because that's the rest of that. Then once that's done, we'll reglass it. Then it'll all be good and ready to go. But all this right here is tied in, so I shouldn't break back out. Shouldn't. Don't mean that it won't, but we're going to put glass on this side too to help protect it some. If it's abused, you can't guarantee nothing. So this is going to be abused. I can guarantee that. Like I said, that stuff there is just like the Dynaglass. It's just glue that glues the forms together. So, well, don't know where it went to now. But anyhow, one of my cups, I peeled the stuff out of it. She didn't have the camera at the time. I don't know where it went. I think the hood's sitting on it.
What, the stuff out of the cup?
Yeah, here it is. But it peels right out. And you have a clean cup again. So you just rinse and repeat. Well, now if you scratch that up with something metal to clean it out, this ain't going to turn loose, it'll stay in the cup. So don't scratch the cup up. Let's mix up some more resin. I got some pieces laid in here to go down there. This is gonna be tricky because I can't backmask. I can't get my fingers in there to backmask and all that. So it's just gonna land and fall.
Hope for the best.
Yeah. So there's my mixing stick. It's starting to cool off, so I'm gonna have to mix this a little hotter. So
Yeah, as usual. It's about sunset.
Yeah.
We got a late start today. He let me sleep in since it was my birthday. So sweet.
And this stuff here, it's been sitting on the shelf for a minute at AutoZone, so it's syrup.
Look at this crazy cat over here. She's gonna stop though now. Get it, kid. Get it. Camera shy.
With paintbrushes, you can. It don't hurt to have a little lacquer thinner left in them when you go to use them. That way, whatever hairs is hung up in them, do it like that, and it'll come off. All right, what's it in? Nothing going on. He's trying to back mask out. That's going to just fall down there.
I think it is too.
Here's the bad part. I haven't get down on the ground with it. I'm going to get my fingers in there. That'll work for the most part, I reckon. Keep a bunch of us falling through anyhow. You can also take spray foam and shoot up in there and do the same thing, but I don't like doing that because if you ever have to fix it again, you got all that spray foam garbage you got to deal with. That ain't fun. Use our stir stick here to help us get all of our tape in place. Go to work. Just take and wipe a thin coat of resin to start with. And I messed up when I was messing with that. I let my paintbrush sit there and it done started trying to kick. Like I said, this stuff here, it works under a chemical set, so if you drag your feet with it, you will ruin a whole bunch of product. It ain't gonna wait on you. See what it's gonna do. Like that, you get all your air bubbles out. See where it's white? You lay that on there, and you pat it in. You'll see it turn gold. It means all your air is out of it. So what I always like to do is you take and you run narrow strands on each side of your cut. And then you come back and you do, there's a clip that goes right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put several layers there.
Just for reinforcement.
Attachment clip. Then once you put 1 or 2 layers on, you go back with a wide piece. And I'll cut some somewhere. And you just split the difference. JoJo watches, I know. That's the helper over there at the farm. He's
not even old enough to drive yet.
Probably 14 by now.
He's not old enough to, but he can drive any piece of equipment
he
they
runs
own.
equipment. He drives dump trucks. He hangs in there with the big boys. And just taking the lace all of it together. That way you know it's all tied in. One more across through here. So there's a clip that goes right there. It holds the. What holds them? There's a clip that goes there. Let's cut some more glass right quick because I didn't cut enough because the wind blew away one. Didn't get her to cut it because it eats her up.
It does.
So we used to make running boards and all kinds of stuff. If you just bridge the gap. What it does is it pushes all the air out of it. You're guaranteed to have a good seal, a good bond. If you get it down your bolt holes, you got trouble. That was it almost done.
Man, that's all you had cut.
Like I said, this stuff here is for sheetrock, and it works just the same. Like right here on this ridge, if you don't want a whole bunch of buildup, right there, then cut this. Just like screen wire they used to use back in the 50s when they do body work on the cars, and they'd use fiberglass to reinforce it. That's what it reminds me of. But you have to put that over it because it won't stay down on its own. There's not enough material there. So you just wet it real good. You start cutting little slivers of this off. Both those together creates a heck of a bond. So the resin's already starting to kick. Me not having everything ready. So twice as fast. Not to hurt anything, just waste material if you use all your resin. Like I said, since this here is where the hood pivots, I'm gonna reinforce as much as I can. Which way, at least I know it's got as much of a chance in the world as I can give it to survive.
Well, we've moved the hood over here to a new location under the awning. It's a little warmer over here. And it's supposed to rain tonight, so while this is set up, once he finishes, then it won't get wet. So. You got some squeaking going on over there. Goodness, this stuff stinks.
Sounds good.
No.
Sounds like money.
It's awful. And you can see it's dark. You can see Jen A's Christmas lights across the road.
You're supposed to have Christmas lights on, aren't you? Christmas Day.
That's what they used to say. She's a redneck woman. She leaves her Christmas lights up all year long.
When I go to the outside, I'll drill my holes to stop them cracks from running. I'm going to lay this on the inside, and my hole will drill through this too. That way it locks it all together.
So now, once you get all this fixed, who's he gonna get to paint it?
Might get the old spray bomb treatment.
The rattle can?
Krylani on it. Since you got a enclosed corner there, I'm gonna split that like that so that it'll bend over on itself whenever it goes around. Did that all but backwards. I had it in my brain, but my fingers wouldn't do what my brain said to do. Just like that.
It happens with age.
Is that what it is?
I've had a moment or two already today myself.
It happens with age.
I know, that's why I said that. A whole year older, and just stuff starts going downhill.
Resin behind it, and fold that over just like a little envelope. Just like so. That has never happened. Since that's in that corner, I'm going to take my tape here. I'm going to put it around it to give it just a little more rigidity. Just for all the giggles. I guess we're going to have to go run to the store because we got no more glass. Come on, man. Get to the program. So that tape's plastic, so. It locks in like nylon twine would. Different. That way we ain't folding it all in the same place. If you lay it all in the same manner, you ain't accomplished nothing. You gotta crisscross it and lay it in. That way your different thicknesses wind up in different areas. Because if you just go the same way each time, you don't really accomplish nothing. And like I said, I'll take my grinder and grind up under there and put that Dynaglass, Bondo fiberglass up under it. That way it can be taken apart again if it needs to. You don't want to permanently fix it because you never know when you might get to the point where you can save it by just replacing like this inner structure right here. And the new hood's about $6,000, $5,000. Well, it used to be out in old days, now probably more. I doubt it's any less.
Still in high school?
Yeah. We're going to stick this in the lacquer thinner. And get some room. Call it a day.
Go get some more fiberglass and maybe some more mat. And we'll have to bring it back tomorrow.
It's the same way you did the mat. You just pat it down and get all the air out of it. It being cold is going to be a pain tonight. And this stuff is not for the faint of heart. I'm going to tell you that now. It'll make you want
It smells awful.
to have conniptions. And that cat right there make you want to have conniptions too.
He will talk to you all day long, won't you, Goldie? Oh, now you're quiet.
Yeah, he don't like answering questions.
I think he's about to jump up on the hood with you.
If he does, he'll be here the rest of the night.
He's been gone for about 2 days, and he showed up today.
Talking crap.
He's a very needy kitty cat. He wants to be held all the time or petted and talked to. Yeah. I hear you.
Don't care if being needy, to being needy is a lacquer thing. Just button back on.
He's observing.
Yeah, he was learning how to do this one day. He said, you heard me say it was kitty hair.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's getting a little thin on top. He thought it was hair replacement for cats. But what I was saying before the camera battery went dead is the fiberglass is hollow, the straws. Anywhere you cut fiberglass, you have to make sure that you got either a gel coat or a resin coat over it because it'll rot. That's how boats rot. When people say, when we was looking for a Corvette, I'd say, is it rotten? She'd say, it's a plastic car. Well, the one woman that I had the long conversation with, she said it was a plastic car. I said, but it's still fiberglass. It still rots. Oh, no, it's plastic. I said, okay. And your conversation's over with. You know, changing your idea that it's a plastic car. Like I said, you want to put as much mat in there as you can. I mean, as much cloth in there as you can, and then use the mat to reinforce it, structure. But what this does is like when the hood flexes, twists, and turns, with the truck, it won't turn loose as quick as if you just had the mat in there. But this stuff here is temperamental as all get out, so if you ain't careful, it'll just all fall apart. And you'll be starting all over again. It's not a wise idea to have your duct tape up here with your resin sitting on top of it, because your your duct tape won't be on good no more.
Too late now.
Like I said, that's starting to gain the same thickness as what where I've ground them relief grind places out is.
Yeah, you won't be able to tell on camera, but and the lighting out here is not good.
Tomorrow we will show it to you and you'll be able to tell it. I'm going to get this padded out. We're going to put the brush on the cleaner and then we're going to head out. So when we come back, it will be tomorrow.
Well, I see you got it up on a stand now.
Yeah, I couldn't want to bend it over. It's killing me.
So how's it looking?
Come and go. Try to call Hustle House Garage and tell them to come help out. They like playing with this stuff now.
Yeah. That'd be quite a drive for them, all the way to Georgia. He went in there and found his granddaddy's air file. My brain went blank. Air file. So he used that a little bit, along with the Harbor Freight sander. So now you're spreading some more glass on it.
This is Bondo and Fiberglass both mixed together.
You gotta get that curve right there just right.
There's a little bit of resin mixed in. That's reading it shiny. Because this is a compound curve, so it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's got that same curve all the way down.
And it's cold, and Bondo ain't wanting to do right, so just happy, joy, joy. And this is Bondo, so it don't do right anyhow. But all the good stuff's in Tennessee. And there ain't hardly no place down here anymore to buy automotive stuff without going to Athens or Conyers or something. They ain't got too cityfied around here for people to fool with cars.
We didn't have time for all that.
Yeah.
Or the funds to run up and down the road. Although we have been back and forth working on this thing.
Yeah. Because we ain't got the funds running down the road. It's coming together.
It's looking good. There's no hole there anymore.
She's like a Chevrolet. She's solid as rock.
We'll let this dry and we'll see how everything else progresses because it is getting colder. It's dark. We'll see if we can do anything else with it tonight or we'll have to come back tomorrow.
One thing about Bondo, it goes to a heat cycle, but if it's cold outside, it pulls moisture into it. So that's a bad thing. What it'll do is it'll dry, everything will look fine on it, and then it'll start popping air bubbles out of it after you get it painted and finished. About a month from now. We definitely don't want that to happen.
Go find something to eat and
let
this dry.
See how it looks. And then we'll go from there. So if we don't bring you back here in a few minutes, we'll bring you back tomorrow.
So don't go nowhere.
Stay on the couch.
Well, he's already got the fiberglass and the Bondo on, and he's already started singing before I got back over here with the camera. So it's looking more like a hood now instead of a hole. He's using his new sander he got from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, so go get yours today. It's a Baxter Orbital Sander, 6-inch. We're going to put a review on it. Check it out. And also I got a Baxter die grinder too. Because all the stuff we got is older and it's metal. This has all got soft handles on it and it's easier to handle. It's just the right size to curl up in your hand. Well, I got big hands, so. But the other one we got small, so my hands cramp, which my hands cramp anyhow, but they cramp more when I use the older ones. So go get you one of those and check out our video we made of that. It's on the Extra channel. So we did a review of it, and we did a review of something else too. So go check out the Dixie Customs Extra for all of our reviews. Now back to the regular schedule channel.
Snuck up on you, didn't I?
Yeah.
That looks good.
A lot better when you got tools that work to use. Speeds up the job. That compressor got a little bit of water in it.
Mm-hmm. Just a little.
A little low spot right there, but other than that, I think the rest of it is livable. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. You did a good job.
Huh?
I think you did a good job.
We had a visitor up there. Mr. Bill. He used to help me do my glass work. I told him about the little project I had in Tennessee. He said he might have to make a trip.
We haven't told y'all about that project yet. You'll see it coming up.
Upcoming video.
You may have seen a clip or two of it because we couldn't hide it too well, but we're not going to tell you about it. Y'all stay tuned.
You're going to stick around to see it. What keeps them coming back?
We hope y'all keep coming back. We appreciate it. Enjoy hearing from you.
Yeah. That's just dried resin. Since it wasn't prepped, it comes right off. I say that and that's what they paint. Yeah. This thing's been painted before, so it's been wrecked before. It's an old dump truck, I guess. This is all I've seen of it. I couldn't tell you what it is, to tell you the truth. It's all one of these trucks. It's old Sterling.
Repaired once again.
At least now the DOT and all won't be looking at him as hard. This one over here is kind of real handy. When I was using this, I had the jump start and it was making my shoulders hurt because every time it stopped, I'd have to jar it. Which in return jarred me. Which in return jarred it. There's a bunch of jarring going on. But it helps cut all the edges in. Make a straight line. That makes all my work look a whole lot better. I'm going to go and get me a variable speed regulator because the pressure regulator don't work as well. The variable speed regulator is real small. It's got a little knob on it about the size of a nickel. So you can adjust your air pressure. This here is for a spray gun. It don't work as well. But we'll go down here in a little while, so we'll pick one up. That is, unless I get finished first.
Well, we found a crack right here on the outside of the fender, so he's mixing up some fiberglass now and is going to get that wiped on.
Put a little resin in it to make it easier to spread. Like I said before, it's got resin in it. It and the Bondo both has resin, so it don't hurt nothing to put it in it. But it just makes it easier to make it lay down when you're trying to work with it.
And it's pretty cool out here today. Again.
Yeah.
Not as cold as last night, though.
Anytime you mix your Bondo, I've seen people pick it up and lay it over itself, and when you do that, you trap air inside of it. So then at the end of the day, whenever you start sanding, which is not air, this is just fiberglass, but you see the pinholes right there in the fiberglass? Well, that's the reason you have pinholes in your Bondo if you take and flip it over itself when you're mixing it. So always just take and stir it around in circles. And then once you get it to where it started mixing in, just take and start spreading it out on the paddle. And what that does, it mashes the air bubbles out of it. So if you have any in it, it gets them all out. Because you even get air bubbles even stirring it around like this. If you just take and pick it up and spread it out on the sides, it gets your air bubbles out of it. Just a little tip. And if you'll notice, I cut a ridge down the bottom of that. I'm going to put the fiberglass on wiping upwards, which is going to create a cavity right there. And once I get my whole
The dust is getting to us.
area done, then I'm going to wipe downward, and that wipes it back into the cavity. Like that. And you take and you wipe it back upwards, and that's how you smooth it out. And Bondo and fiberglass shrink, so if you got a little bit of a bulge in it, it ain't gonna hurt nothing because it'll draw back down to itself. And draw all that right back out. Don't do that. Don't need dirt in the mixture. But you always want to make sure you leave it as smooth as possible. That's the least amount of work you got to do. But this won't be the final coat because, like I said, it shrinks, so I'm going to have to put another coat on it in a little while to fill the void. I'll mark all that down. I got that high there, but okay. Apparently somebody don't know how to run a rollback, it sounds like.
He's letting the winch out and then sliding the bed forward and backwards. He should be doing it all at the same time, consecutively. He's doing one handle at a time.
And that is called, what I always tell y'all to do? Fluent motion. Say it with me, class.
Fluent motion.
Good job.
They're right over there in our old impound lot. You can see the lights flickering. They don't know what to do. We need to go show them, teach them a thing or two. But we ain't. We ain't. Let them do what they do. Let them tear up those repoed cars.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Yeah, when we're repoed, you get people to try their best to destroy the cars, and it's like, why are you not taking any better care of that? Oh, they're not getting it back. You never know.
It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to buy it.
They might have been on hard times and just couldn't make the payment.
It'll end up in an auction somewhere. It's not like it's just disposed of.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Okay. You do you, and I'll do me. There's a little low spot right there, so we're going to get that taken care of. And there again, like yesterday, it's cold out here, so fiberglass is trying to sag.
It happens.
Every time.
Oh, yeah.
Guess we're going to let this dry. Go meet it with some friends that she hadn't seen in a while, and
have supper with them.
we'll bring y'all back and finish this here episode.
Meeting up with Ann and Mark and Sylvia.
And, I mean, Sylvia is about what?
Sylvia is in her 80s.
She's wide open.
She's got more energy than both of us put together.
You think she's 16 years old?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can do is function half the time. She just runs circles around herself. All right, well, there's that.
So while that can be drying while we're gone, and then when we come back, I guess we'll spread Bondo on it, right?
Yep. We'll be back in a few minutes.
And it'll be dark by the time we get back, so fun times. Well, we are back from dinner. We had a great time with our friends. Went to the Longhorn. So now it's back to work. He's already got the fiberglass sanded off that he put on right before we left. Now he's putting on the Bondo. So we just got to let this dry and then sand again. Now we're back to working under candlelight.
Yeah. Some things never change.
Trying to be romantical.
No, crap I'm doing. Go by feel. Feel like it's gonna be a mess.
Now with the wind blowing out here and it cool, is that going to make it faster or longer to dry?
It'll take a little bit longer, but I put a bunch of hard rain, so it shouldn't take too much longer. Put another coat on.
Oop, you got to scratch in that. Don't want to leave that and have to sand that out, that's for sure.
Here, it makes me up a little more. The reason that's got a crease in it, that's where that cut was. So what I'll do is I'll take my next layer of Bondo and I'll roll it. And that'll give me enough material there to where I can cut it down and have that little contour right, that radius right there. But if you let it start to kick and then you scrape it off like that right there, it'll keep you from having a big mess to fool with. That looks pretty slick right there. What do you think?
Looks like it. Okay, well, he's got both of the Bondo areas all sanded and smoothed out now. So now they are ready for primer. So we're just using the self-etching primer in the rattle can, as you can hear.
We're going to spray it with the self-etching primer.
We've already, or he's already sprayed it off and wiped it off. So it is clean.
It's going to have some pinholes in it because it is cold and the Bondo is shrinking. What I'm going to try and do is spray this on tonight, and then in the morning I'll wet sand it and I'll put another coat on, then we'll paint it. But this here at least help stop the Bondo from shrinking. But once it has a top coat on it, it can't pull oxygen no more. You kind of got to play a game with it. But you can fill the imperfections in with this paint, with this primer just as good as you can spray gun primer.
And even though it is fiberglass and not metal, the primer just helps the paint adhere to the prep surfaces better.
We got our body line back there. It looks pretty good.
It does look good.
It kind of like somebody might do one of them to it.
Told you, that's why I called.
Was that it?
That's it. One call, that's all. It don't always work like they say in the commercials, but it works this time for this reason.
Oh, my elbows are giving out.
Oh, that smells so bad.
What's mine?
Lucky you. Believe me, you're inhaling it.
I am?
Yeah, you are. Ever since COVID, he can't smell. And I seem to smell everything worse than before.
Mm-hmm. Once that dries, we should be able to do some fixing on it.
That looks so good already. You did an awesome job.
Another job well done.
So we'll bring you back in the morning when this is dry and we're ready to wet sand it.
Yep. Stay tuned. When you see us again, it will be morning.
Well, it's the next day. And we've got one coat of paint on it so far. It's looking pretty good. We're going to wet sand a spot on there before we put on the next coat. And it's about to be sunset again. We had some running around to do today, so I didn't video him spray painting it, but show you before it gets dark. So we're going to go ahead and get the wet sanding now and maybe get the second coat on before nightfall.
This is aerosol can paint, nothing spectacular. And I sent him a picture of it and he said terrific, so he likes it. That's all that matters. And it's a dump truck. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it, so it's going to get beat up and it's got more damage than just this, but this draws the most attention, so we're going to have to get it taken care of. So last night I had some kind of little friendly creature get in my primer and make a mess, and I didn't really see it until I sprayed the paint on it.
Like a cat? Or two? Not naming no names, Kit and Goldie.
Showed up. It's straight.
It is. Looks really good.
You think somebody might know what they were doing? I don't know who it was. It must showed them the night when it was gone. Okay.
I talked you well.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the ending results of all the work we did. He's got to get him a marker light for it. But for a backyard fix, I think it turned out pretty good. So he should be here in a little while to get it. We're headed north, so we won't see him. So we just have to catch up with him on the next go around. But we appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next one.